Okay, so something else that can help is to actually tell people. Tell people you have a shy bladder. Now, it doesn't mean you go out there and you immediately tell everyone and you tell all your co-workers. But a good place to start is to tell your close family and your closest friends, those that you know you can confide in and those that you know that you can trust. And you could even start, if you're not ready to do that, because it does take some nerve, it does take courage, because we can carry around a lot of guilt and shame around this whole thing. So if you're not ready for that step, you could get onto the IPA forum and start a thread and just share your story. Share what your experience has been, what you've been through, and where you are. So that's where you can start, and that can help you to feel a little more confident about taking that step and sharing it with a friend or a family member. Now, opinion is divided as to how far you should go with that. Some would recommend going as far as to getting into the toilets and then saying, "Oh, I wonder if I'll be able to pee." So that's a tactic of, rather than trying to keep it a secret, you actually turn the tables and draw attention to yourself as a way to disarm the paruresis. And I can see how it can work because I've used similar tactics that I'm going to share with you. But something like that, personally, I'd feel like I'm making a spectacle of myself. That's not to say, though, that it can't work for you. Now, there's a guy who organises graduated exposure therapy sessions. He's a sufferer of, I don't know about that word, sufferer, but he has paruresis himself, and he wears a t-shirt and it says, "I have shy bladder" on the front and "so what" on the back. Obviously it works for him. It's like a reverse psychology technique. He once kept it a secret, now he's really bold about it to the point where he's wearing a t-shirt about it. Again, personally, I'd find it to be making a spectacle of myself. I don't think it would work for me. So yeah, definitely tell close friends, close family. I think it can help. Now, the difference between guilt and shame is guilt says I've done something wrong and shame says I am wrong. When you tell people, it provides them with an explanation of what was motivating your behaviour. So if you've backed out of social situations or you've left the party early without notice, it gives them a bit of an explanation, and it's going to help you to let go of some of the guilt. Just the act of sharing it with someone helps you to let go of some of that shame as well. So now don't play it, let them know how much it's impacted you, because people who have never heard of shy bladder and don't suffer from it, to them it might not come across as a big deal to them. So make sure you let them know just how much of an impact this has had on your life, and don't be surprised if they forget that you've told them. That's happened to me. So it's going to help to have an ally, someone close to you that knows what it is you have to go through on a daily basis. That can help, and it's helped me a couple of times. When I think about it, I remember I was at a party and I hadn't gone to the toilet for about 4 or 5 hours, and I said to my friend, if I was at home, I'd have gone probably about 2 hours ago. At the time, I couldn't really judge my urgency level because I wasn't relaxed. I was tense around my groin, and I couldn't relax into that area to find out if I really needed the toilet or not. So yeah, I said to him, I would have gone earlier. I think just the act of having an ally with me at the party really helped. And I went off to the toilet, not to pee, but to break the avoidance pattern and just to put myself in that situation, and I was relaxed enough to go. I remember another situation where I was at a bar with another friend, a different friend, who also had paruresis, but his wasn't as severe as mine, and I'd gone off to the toilets and I had a misfire. Came back out and he asked me how did it go? I said I wasn't able to go, and he said, yeah, I know, it sucks, doesn't it? And it brought about, I was just more relaxed with myself. Okay, I have shy bladder, I wasn't able to go. He's like, yeah, it sucks. And, you know, I was able to kind of ride the wave of it rather than having panic and wanting to get out. So it's going to help to have an ally. Now, I have come across someone warning against telling co-workers, and I can see why, because a potential scenario, not that it's going to ever happen or it even would happen, but potential scenario could be you tell a co-worker and that relationship breaks down somehow and they use it against you and they spread rumours about you using drugs, and then they call for a drugs test. It's just a scenario that I came across. So yeah, it's up to you how far you go with it. I have told co-workers, but I think I'd got to a point where I was relaxed enough to do so. So I wouldn't start there. I'd start by getting on the IPA forum, write a thread, share your experience. That's where I'd start. So yeah, use your discretion. Obviously, you know who you can trust and who you can confide in. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you got something from that. Just my thoughts, my opinions on the whole thing. My opinion is it can only help. Hope you got something from that. Catch you on the next video.